Today, we're going to go check out what our episode's all about. We're going to look at the coordinate systems. If you take a look here, we have a bunch of dots. You might say, what are all these dots for? Well, if you look down here at my nice, neat little printing, it says we're going to go to column 3 and row 4. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my nice red pen and I'm going to find column 3, which is right about here. I'm going to go all the way up until I reach column 4, and I'm going to circle it like that. Easy as pie. If I try the next one, I look at column 6 and row 7. Column 6, all the way up to row 7. Voila. Easy peasy. One more time. Column 2, which is right here, up to row 8. And I have my 3 nice circles. Now, what's going to happen here is I'm going to take these 2 numbers and I'm going to put them in brackets instead. I now have a 3 and a 4. Over here, it's going to turn into 6 and 7. And over here, we have a 2 and an 8. We're going to call these ordered pairs. And this is going to come in handy as we go along. So again, remember, these in brackets are called ordered pairs. Let's move on. Over here, we now see instead of dots, we have a grid. I put some ordered pairs on the side. What we need to do is we need to put the letter A, B, and C onto the grid that match these ordered pairs. Now, before we do that, one thing I want you to remember is the first letter in the order, or the first number in the ordered pair is always going to be found on the x-axis, the one that's going across, or horizontal. And the second number in the ordered pairs is going to be the vertical, or the y. You might ask, why did they do that? Well, the way I look at it is x comes before y in the alphabet, so x has to be the first number. So, with that in mind, if I take the number 5, which is on the x, what I do is I find a positive 5, and I come all the way over to here, go up to the 4, put a dot there, and I'm going to label that A. I go to the next one. I start with the x, which is 3. Go up to the 6, all the way up, all the way to the top, and that is the B. So far, so good. Last one. My first letter is my first number is a 1, which is the x. Go up to a 2. Voila, we have our 3 points. That's all there is to it. So, if we change that up, what I've done now is I put the points on the board and we have to write the ordered pair. So, don't forget, the x always comes first. So, what number on the x-axis it lines up with this dot? Well, look at here. It's the number 2. So I'm going to put a 2 right above there. Then I go to where it lines up with the y, and it lines up with a 1. There's my ordered pair. The B, it starts at a 4, goes across to a 5. So we have 4, 5 as an ordered pair. And the last one, which is C, it starts on my x at 1, and goes up to 5, and now we have our ordered pairs. So we can do either way. Hopefully you're following along. Now we get a little trick here. We're going to include all 4 of these now. So when we include all 4, this is called a Cartesian coordinate system. The one we were just working in is called quadrant 1, and then it works counterclockwise. So we're going to go 2 is over here, then quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. And we can find ordered pairs, we can find points in any of those quadrants. So again, quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So now, instead of just going into the quadrant 1, we have to be able to plot them anywhere in the Cartesian plane. So we take a look here. A, we have to go to -2 and 3. And still, x is still the first one. So I have to find -2 on the x. So I have to go, these are all positive, so now I'm going to go to the negative side. And there's my -2 right there. I go up to the +3. 1, 2, 3. Put a point right there and call that A. Same as we did before, we're just dealing with negative numbers now. My B point, I start at -3, which is over here. And I go, instead of going up, because these are all positives, I need a negative for my y, which is down here. So -3 down to -4, which should be right there, and that is my B. And then for C, I start at +5, which is on this side, and I go down to -4, and voila, we've now used quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. One last time, same as before, we have the points. I want the ordered pairs. So for A, I gotta look for A, and A is down here. X is the first number that I need to look for, and it's lined up on -3. So I'm going to put that there. And if I come across to the y, it's lined up on -2. There's my first ordered pair. Same for B. It lines up at 1, and it comes across at -3. For C, it goes all the way up to -5, and up to 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's positive. So -5 and +4. And then the last one, which is the one we started with in the way back when, and that goes at 1 and 3. So, ladies and gentlemen, dudes and dudettes, that's pretty much the introduction to the coordinate system. But, one last thing. Remember, math can be cool, even in school. Peace.